see the integration or the linkages between the two areas. So maybe I'll start with my presentation, which I entitled it as Cybersecurity in Healthcare. Okay, next. Before I go deep into the areas of cybersecurity, let us understand first the digital world today. Okay, next. Okay, so if we look at the current statistics or landscape of digital around the world, as you can see that we have about 4.6 billion internet users in the world. This is about 60% penetration of the global population of 7.81 billion. And you can see also the other side, the statistics of 4.14 billion of active social media users. So it shows how much the world we are connected nowadays. You know, we are so highly connected, not only in Malaysia but also at the global level. Okay, and it keep increasing day by day. Next, and even more challenging, it's no longer just about people-to-people connectivity. We can see also a lot of convergence of technologies, and even they are connected to each other. We have never heard before what we call Internet of Things. Now we've heard about Internet of Things. And what is Internet of Things? It's about connectivity of devices. Yeah. Last time we have Internet of People, which is connectivity to people. Now we have Internet of Things, which is Internet of Devices. And not only that, it will also connect a lot of Internet of Services. Yeah. Internet of Data, because more connected devices, more connected people, there are also a lot of connected, I would say, data. And there's a lot of new emerging technologies, which I think to some are not in the area of ICT. We'll find it difficult to understand. This Industry 4.0, about this blockchain, about all this cloud computing. So it makes the cyberspace getting more and more complex with all this convergence of technologies, not just in ICT sector, but also in all sectors. Yeah, next. This is what we all know, that the government in Malaysia also moving towards that. That means we are doing what we call it a digital. We are moving towards what we call digital transformation. So we have this term coined digital Malaysia, a digital economy, and even budget 2021 recently. Yeah, there's a lot of money being spent or planned to be spent in context of digitalization or to make Malaysia a digital nation. Next. But one thing about digital transformation, we have to understand that it does not come without its risk. Just like any other technology, yeah, digital technology is a double-edged sword. It gives you the good side of it, but also at the same time, it comes together the dark side of it. So cyberspace, you know, as you can see here in this statement, this from FireEye, has become a full-blown war zone as government across the globe clash for digital supremacy in new, most invisible theater of operations. Once limited to opportunistic criminals, cyber attacks are becoming a key weapon for government to seek to defend national sovereignty and even project national power. So this is the risk when it comes to digital transformation. Okay, next. Okay, let's go to specifically in this health sector. Okay, next. In today's today's sector, we can see that technology and healthcare, it comes side by side. You know, the two areas that are changing, like Bill Gates mentioned, the two areas that are changing are IT and medical technology. Those are things that the world will be very different 20 years from now than it is today. So we've heard about all this before, telemedicine, and now we have health wearable, we have AR or augmented reality or virtual reality healthcare, robotic surgery, and even the terms of Internet of Medical Things. Remember I mentioned about Internet of Things, devices. Yeah. Now, once they are also digitalized, so all the medical devices also, they're connected. Yeah. And then they are also sharing data, sharing services, sharing information. So these are the scenario of the technologies in healthcare. Next. So obviously, today's technologies in healthcare provide more accurate healthcare, yeah, for patients, reduce error, and manage patients more effectively. Basically, they use, for example, the use of maybe big data analytics, to gather more information so that they can help manage patients appropriately. Next. But and even now, we have our COVID-19. Yeah? With COVID-19, now people are doing everything online, work online, e-commerce or transaction, apply online, everything online. So it makes more digital activities, getting more and more active. Okay, next. As a result, what we understand now, what we call the new normal, the new trend, new tradition, and new standard. That's why we used to have a seminar physically. Now today we have an online seminar or webinar, whatever they call it. We even have online classes. Last time we have physical, and then we have to work at home, and then we even have to buy online. And suddenly we see a lot of these Grab, all these Food Panda, etc. Everything goes commerce online. We even have a word that is awkward, social, but at the same time distances. Now we call it physical distancing. But imagine the contradiction of the two words. So these are the new trend, new tradition, and new standard. Next. To manage that, we also use technology. I think we all know about healthcare. Minister of Health, for example, currently the owner of this My Sejahtera. I think everyone goes everywhere, knows about My Sejahtera. They have to scan, and I believe it has registered 20 million plus subscribers in Malaysia when it comes to My Sejahtera. And then we get used to using all these payment online, Grab Pay and etc. Yeah. So next. At the same time, we know that healthcare is trying to make use of technologies. As I mentioned just now, the connected devices. So multiple players, stakeholders in healthcare system are constantly interrelated, integrated, and interoperated. So cyber threats can negatively impact the patients and the healthcare system, because we have data, we have a lot of connectivity. As a result, if people who has malicious intent, they would exploit or they can exploit it such that it can cause disaster to the healthcare system. Okay, next. There are a lot of issues, especially when it comes to digital health. I think we all know about this electronic health record, about mobile, about healthcare professional digital flow, about big data analytics, clinical system integration, consumer health tracking device. So there are also issues with regard to privacy. There's also issues with regard to security. Yeah. For example, when it comes to privacy, is with regard to sharing of information, because everything is connected. So do we want everything known to everyone? How do we manage that? And then also the possibility of eavesdropping. Yeah. And then too much of data, so that to the level that you do not know how to make sense of it. Yeah, because now data is everywhere, but which data is useful, which is not. And that's what again you use another technology, big data analytics, to seize and that, and then maybe even unwanted public profile, etc. That's on privacy issue. What about those? Yeah, in the security issue, how do you manage the issue of data manipulation? Yeah, data stolen, patient safety, etc. Vulnerability to hacking. Yeah, even for example, I like to highlight about data stolen. Yeah, if someone steal your money, you know that you don't have that money anymore. But data can be stolen, but the data is still with you. You see, people just copy from you, but they have your data, but then your data is still there in your device. So the definition of stolen also, stealing also changed, because it's no longer about you don't have any more that data, but someone has taken data with or without you understanding or knowing about it. Okay, next. So there are cybersecurity concerns. Next. If you look at, this is a study, this is a World Economic report, World Economic Forum report with regards to risk, global risk. Yeah, World Economic Forum has done a study, and for 2020, they highlighted the top 10 global risks. Yeah? And if you see in the box, I don't know whether you can see it, basically you can see that cybersecurity become one of the top 10 risk and likelihood when it comes to overall global risk, yeah, in the report by World Economic Forum. And that includes cyber attacks and also data theft. Yeah. These are the situation, and this is real. Yeah. Next. And what even more challenging, the cyber attacker is getting more and more sophisticated. They also evolve. Yeah, last time, people understand about people hacking for fun. They call it, this type of hackers, they call it script kiddies. They attack, they hack a certain website, and then they say, I was here. You know? So they just to show off. But now it has moved towards that, goes beyond and evolve based on technology and different motives, to the level they become cyber espionage. It can become cyber terrorism. It can become organized cybercrime. So it's very, very, very sophisticated, and to the level even it's no longer what we call individual effort. It becomes even to the reach of state-sponsored attack. So this how cyber attack has evolved. Next. So impacts of cybersecurity risk is huge. It is costly to manage cybersecurity, but no security is even more devastating. Can affect in terms of your brand, your reputation, the risk of your financial loss, the risk of operational diversion of, for example, employees from strategic initiative to work on damage control. Also the issue of regulatory, you need to answer to your regulatory bodies. So these are some of the issues that the risks that you have to face if you don't look and being serious when it comes to cybersecurity is concerned. Next. So in healthcare, there are various types of, I would say, security concern. For example, when it comes to cyber threats, the growing in sophistication that I shared just now, many attacks are designed to be opportunistic in order to create greatest impact. So again, it becomes more and more sophisticated. The problem also, the other thing, in the healthcare sector is the medical legacy system. Because the equipment that has been used is still being used, but you just integrate with the new one. So despite increasing integration and interconnectivity of the devices and systems that we saw just now, many hospitals continue to use legacy system which is susceptible to attacks. So as a result, you are still vulnerable. And some more, if you do not protect or reduce or mitigate that. So the more we are connected, the more we are actually exposed to possible attack. An attack, they don't give warning. They can attack from anywhere, by anyone, 24 hours a day. Because we are so connected. We are not connected only in Malaysia. We are connected globally once we are into online. And the other thing, the increasing healthcare vulnerabilities, because the changes to the industry, such as the regulatory developments, demography, data population health, and technology continually open doors to vulnerabilities. Because the more technology we incorporate into the health sector, the more challenges that we need to manage, because it's a new area of how we need to protect. So that is a complexity when it comes to cybersecurity concern in the healthcare sector. Next. And some more, cybercrime is on the rise. So increasing complexity of healthcare, creating new and often unexpected risk, especially when coupled with technology advancement and explosion of personal health information and electronic health records. Because in hospitals, health sector, you have a lot of personal and very confidential data, especially the personal data, the healthcare data of your patients. And this had happened in Singapore recently. The healthcare in Singapore, they have to declare how they were breached. They have to share how the data of all the health patients, of the even the VIPs being breached. So who will be responsible? Because once you are connected, once you are in digital system, you are actually exposed. And this is the situation, the digital risk in healthcare today. Next. And cybercrime also hits on continuous various areas at the global level. This is an things that keep continuing every day. All the scams, harassment, fraud, etc. Next. And as we all know, data breach, malware, and ransomware also happen. I don't know whether you understand what is ransomware. Malware. Malware stands for malicious software. And there are various types of malicious software. That means software with a malicious intent. And one of that is called ransomware. What is ransomware? Basically, they lock your file. Once your computer device is infected with a ransomware, they lock your file. You can't access them. So because you can't access them, how can you operate? Okay, you cannot function when you don't have the detail of your schedule. You don't have the detail of your patients. You don't have information on how to diagnose your patient. Blah blah blah. All this obviously they affect the whole operation of the hospital. Yeah, and this happens last 3 years ago when there was WannaCry. It basically stopped the healthcare, the I think national health sector in UK. Yeah, so in Malaysia, so there was a case happened at IJN during the COVID-19 recently, which cybersecurity was asked to come and assist, and we managed to assist that, and then it goes back normal. But it shows that attacks happen. Next. So these are some of the cybercrime on the health sector. Next. These are the scenario that happens at the global level. That means it happens at the global level, it can happen even in Malaysia. So we need to understand that. Okay, next. Yes, in Malaysia also, these are some of the news cutting in Malaysia with regards to the issue of cybersecurity, like Health Ministry investigating leak of patient records. Because you have a lot of data, that's your assets. And data is basically the assets of the digital world. Okay, and then here, stronger cybersecurity critical as digitalization exposes Malaysia's healthcare sector to more cyber threats. And I mentioned earlier just now about the IJN case, ransomware, which but we managed, alhamdulillah, to assist and support IJN to recover back fast. Next. And then the cost of attacks in the health sector is also huge. Next. If you look at the statistic, for example, the ransomware attack at the healthcare, normally a lot the healthcare like ransomware because of the data, So huge, of billions of dollars, and then even data breach, right? Billions of dollars also. Okay, so these are some of the challenges in the healthcare sector. Next. So how to survive the cybersecurity attack? Next. There are various ways. I think we need to understand for the scenario of the new trend that we are in. Now we work remotely, work from home. So we need to ensure that secure remote work environment with appropriate security tools and knowledge. That means when we work outside from home, we access corporate network of the hospital. So we have to ensure that it is secure, because once you access the corporate network, your corporate network already exposed. So if you don't properly secure yourself, your corporate network can be vulnerable and can be exposed. That is why the need to what we call it a VPN, virtual private network. That means to protect the data from device to server and configure to work with a security key for remote access. That means you have access. You can get your IT people to assist where you can access your corporate network, corporate data, patients' data from home securely through virtual private network, VPN. And then also the IT people will look into cloud service provider backup and necessary file sharing for easy access. For example, we want to avoid, for example, if ransomware happen, you have some backup somewhere to ensure that you can continue to operate. We call it business continuity management. Next. Also, for example, for students, I know some of you have to study online. Please ensure that you keep your student account login safe. That means never share your password and don't put it at public places. Don't put it at public places. You have to treat your password like your toothbrush. Choose a good one, and then don't share it with anyone. You don't want to share your password So the same thing, you don't want to share your toothbrush, vice versa, So and then you need to change it occasionally. You don't use your toothbrush, after 1 year, you have to change, So the same thing with your password, you need to change regularly. The other thing, sometimes because of now we have online meetings, so many online meetings, because now we don't have or we have limited physical face-to-face meeting. So we have a lot of this called video conference. So do not open unexpected video conference invitation. Suddenly they say, oh, we want to meet to have video conference with you. But instead you need to, because we worry it could be called phishing attack. What is phishing attack? It's like, you're phishing, phishing people. So they just fish you so that that invitation is actually like a bait, So you become the fish, So if you trap, so then suddenly you are exposed. So check first with the host, the one that invite you separately. If you are the host, tell the participant in advance that you will be sending the link. That means if for this conference, for example, you tell that, for example, I'm the host. Okay, I will invite, for example, Dr. Mawadda, Dr. Zari, Prof. Zarina, maybe Prof. Zari, Daya, all this guys. I say you will have a meeting together, and we don't want surprise suddenly an invitation for a video conference, but that can be just a phishing attack. And then also you need to protect your home network, Ensure the antivirus programs updated daily. When I mean by protect your home network, it's not just about your computer, your handphone also, your smartphone. I want to ask you, I don't know, I know that I may not got the answer now. Please think, how many of you have antivirus in your smartphone? You have smartphone in your laptop and computer, but do you have you have antivirus in your smartphone? What's the difference? So that means you're exposed. You can be compromised, and then suddenly you assume someone compromise your devices, your smartphone, and then you use that device to access your corporate network. So basically, you're vulnerable. So these are some of the advice and tips, when it comes to securing yourself, especially now that we have a new trend or new normal of study or work from home. Next. So we need to also make sure we defend ourselves against ourselves when we are online. Our online presence, we need to be wary of. If we want to share information, share with care, but do not overshare. Because we have problems, especially now everyone is at home or everyone cannot move. So they started to use digital gadget, and their usage of digital gadget even more. They spend more time with digital gadget, and they tend to share from the moment they wake up in the morning, maybe in the Facebook, whatever, they share, okay, today, this morning, blah, 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 this is my activity. And then until the whole day, until they sleep, they also share. So basically, you're sharing too much of information about you. Sharing is caring, but oversharing is careless. So we need to understand that. The other thing, don't share everything to the level, even when you have problems, even you are in, also, in quarrel, you share it in your Facebook. Sometimes you say, I'm angry with that, I have problems with that. If you have problem, my advice, if you have problem, face it. Don't Facebook it. So that's very important. Okay, next. There's also a lot of defense that you need to understand about scam. In Cybersecurity Malaysia, Cyber 999, we receive a lot of incidents being reported to us during the COVID-19. Some of one of the top one is related to fraud. There's a lot of fraud. For example, if you remember, we call it a lot of COVID-19 scam. During the early stage of MCO, the Movement Control Order, we can see that the mask is very expensive, the face mask. So there's a lot of advertisement selling masks. There's a lot of scams. So that's issues resulting in, we receive a lot of people complaining and reporting to us at Cyber 999 about scams, okay, where they didn't get what they're supposed to get. And then also a lot of hacking activities. Hacking activities in terms of, because people don't put proper setting. So they're vulnerable and they can be attacked. The other thing during this COVID-19, we notice also I would say the increased distribution of fake news. Yeah? Fake news. There's so much of information that you confuse. So we have to be wary. Yeah. When we got information, first we verify is it true or not. You know, don't viral it. Suddenly we receive any information, we immediately we want to be the first to post. We want to be the first to become the journalist, to report to others, which is wrong. Because first we need to verify whether it's true or not. That's the first thing. Second, even if it is true, yeah, is it kind enough? Yeah, because it may hurt someone else. It may tarnish someone else's image. You know, if it is false, some more. You don't. Why do you have to share something that is false? But even if it is true, you ask yourself, is it kind enough? You know. Third, even if it is kind, then we ask, is it necessary? You know. So all these factors helps you to manage how you spread information, because it can be viral, can be manipulated. So we need to be wary about all this. So when it comes to security issues, cybersecurity, it's not just about technical matters like hacking, ransomware. That itself is a technical threat. But even non-technical threat like fraud, like harassment. Yeah, we also receive a lot of incidents related to harassment. People harassing online. Yeah, so these are issues that happen, and then also distribution of fake news, seditious, defamation, increasing during the COVID-19. So we need to be wary and get ourselves prepared for this. We have at least a basic knowledge about tips, best practices while online. In Cybersecurity Malaysia, we have a program called CyberSafe, stands for Cybersecurity Awareness for Everyone, that gives some tips and advice. You can also go to our portal, www.cybersafe.my. Next. Also, defense against cyber attacks. Yeah, we need to be wary about possible phishing. Yeah, if it is too good to be true, be careful. Yeah, because sometimes it's normal. People wants to fish you, want to trap you. So they offer so much of lucrative offers. So then you become trapped into it. So this is called phishing. So you need to be wary about that. If someone offers, suddenly you receive emails, suddenly you receive messages. You can heritage. There's a lot of I would say health. There's lots of heritage that they want to inherit to you, or there are a lot of money that they want to offer. Be careful. And then the other thing, do not add strangers easily. You have to monitor whoever become maybe your Facebook friend. Be careful, because maybe what you see there, a beautiful woman, but at the back it could be a very I would say nasty man. You don't be cheated by that. You have to understand and look at the background. Especially if someone who just created an account 1 or 2 days or 1 week, and then they want to be friend to you. Now be careful, because the genuine one will always have the account for some time, but the one that wants to trap you, to fish you, PHI, not the phishing, FISHING, but PHISH, they will do many ways, and create account, and then they even use your friends, someone that using their face, and then they say that they want to friend with you. So be careful. Okay, next. So I think that will be my presentation, but I would suggest that one of our initiatives that I would like to advise is that if somehow after all these advice and tips, you're still experiencing cyber incident, you can report to us at Cybersecurity Malaysia at cyber999 at cybersecurity.my, CYBER 999 at cybersecurity.my, or you can call us at 1-300-882-999. Again, 1-300-882-999. Or you can even download mobile app, free, of Cyber 999 mobile app. It's free. You can download it, and then you can channel your information. It's free. The reporting is free. So that at least you know where to go, where to seek help. if you have problems or experiencing cyber incidents, yeah, we will try to assist wherever we can, even if it is cases related to criminal cases, cyber criminals. Because Cybersecurity Malaysia and our Cyber 999 help desk or cyber help center, we have links with almost all law enforcement agencies in this country. So because of that, we need to get ourselves ready and prepared for that. Okay. So I think I have used most of my time. In fact, I think maybe slightly more than been provided. So I'll take this opportunity to thank the organizer again. And also, I wish the best to all of you, the doctors, the specialists, or the upcoming doctors and specialists. And I hope that you understand. I know this is a bit technical, but I think nowadays everyone need to understand the basic knowledge about ICT, because each and every one of us are an internet users, ICT users. So if we are not wary about it and we do not know and understand about the threats down there, we might fall victim. So with that, thank you very much.